What about the concept of security? You know, looking at the research report, I was really struck, and that the interest in the focus on security remains overwhelming. 40% of IT execs and 30% of business execs listed as the top three. As a matter of fact, there's number one for both groups. So, I mean, what's up with that? After all these years, you know, security remains an extremely important topic. Chris, your take on that? Why is security never under control? It seems like.
Actually, Sean should answer that. He's a security guy. But no, I write about it too, and I write it from the business standpoint, not from the technical standpoint as much. Security is never going to go away as a top three priority. You know, on the priority list, it's always going to be there, and for obvious reasons. We can't seem to catch up with the bad guys. We can't seem to catch up with all the the human aspects of IT, of employees who get desperate and have to steal from the company or whatever. And so the human aspect is apparent in security more than I think almost any sector. If you think about it, you can automate just about everything, but you can't really automate security to the extent where you automate out the human element. You just can't do it. So I think that's always going to be up there.
I mean, I think that security remains in-house security, infrastructure security is necessarily a sort of a defensive position, in that the hackers have all the time in the world. They can try new techniques constantly. The infrastructure is going to be dug in. It will always be under attack. I was at a trade show several years back, and I was listening to a talk by a CTO of a major bank, and he said that their bank fields 3,000 hacking attacks a week, if you can imagine that. I mean, it's basically it's around the clock, 24/7.
Yeah. It's like the old, in the old days, the medieval days, the castle. Right. Everybody attacking it from all different sides all the time. If you didn't have those high walls and those turrets and all that to protect your little fiefdom, you're a goner. And a lot of times, they were conquered, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, the only thing I would add in on that, it's kind of like, because we're in the U.S. and in Canada here, it's a little bit sooner, but election season, and people always ask, well, what's the number one priority? And everyone will always say it's the economy. I don't care whether it's 2016 or 1916. The economy is always the issue. I don't care whether it's 2015 or 2116, and IT security will always be an issue. Just because it has to be. And I'm frankly surprised that only 40% of people had it as a top priority and not 100. I'd like to see those other 60 that don't have it as a top priority.
Really, what are they thinking? Yeah.
Well, they're probably not going to be around maybe too much longer, and it becomes a race to the bottom and a race to the top, and the ones who get to the top might see a little advantage in holding on to their customers, depending on what business they may be in. These days, it's becoming a little more crucial to not only have your ducks in a row, but be able to communicate that very well. So if you're not keeping up, see ya.
Exactly, yeah. In the year 2116, they'll be attacking our virtual 3D, virtual reality avatars. And we will be just as dangerous at that point in time.